Welcome back to Texas Stadium. We're at halftime with the Cowboys leading the Saints 14-7. It's been a very interesting football game so far. Frank Lieber along with Roman Gabriel, and analyze that first half for me.
Well, Frank, the difference in the ball game is 2 turnovers. Dallas gets an interception caused by a Harvey Martin sack on Archie Manning, and then they recover a fumble. They go 33 yards and 37 yards for touchdowns, and that's the difference in the game.
You know, the Saints really, they can now play with anybody, I think, don't you?
I think so. It's impressive to watch the Saints move that football with a patchwork offensive line, and you wonder what they could do if they had all those guys that they brought in at the beginning of the year if they were playing. So it's a blessing for the Saints to be able to do what they can with what they have.
Dallas off to a typical slow start, but they were hurt, as you probably heard. Robert Newhouse first period. Light fracture to a small bone in his right leg, and I think that could really hurt the Cowboys along the way, not only in this game, but of course, you know, you got to miss some time with that.
Oh, you're looking at a guy like Newhouse having his best year. Not only is he a fine blocker for Dorsett, but he also makes things happen. It's hard to zero in Dorsett when you got a guy like Newhouse.
Both teams, as we said, play the flex defense, and it's interesting to see that thing work against each other because Nolan and Landry probably could read each other's minds by now.
Neither one of the teams are doing too well on the ground. Everything they're doing has been by breaks or through the air, so it is interesting to watch the two flexes go at one another.
What do you look for in the second half?
I think in the second half, New Orleans will probably come out and follow their game plan, because if they hadn't have turned the ball over twice, they'd have been in good shape. And Dallas will probably come out and perhaps throw a little bit more to try to loosen up that New Orleans defense.
Cowboys really haven't run the football that well. I mean, they had the 2 drives, 39, 33 yards that happened as a result of the turnovers, and that's really been it as far as their offense goes.
They're going to have to put the ball up just a little bit more, because New Orleans is coming here and they're aggressive. They're playing well, and then Nolan probably knows Landry's offense as well as Landry knows Nolan's offense. So it's a good test for both teams.
How do you, being an ex-quarterback, compare Archie for me and Staubach? Same type of guys?
Yeah, I think so. They both came up the hard way. You take a guy like Manning's been hurt, and as we mentioned on the air earlier, both quarterbacks attack you. They don't wait around and let you put something up and then go after it. They're going to go at you right away, and that's the way I would categorize both Staubach and Manning. Attackers.
They're both extremely mobile, and I guess that's got to be a big factor in the success of in both of them.
Both of them have averaged more than 5 yards a carry throughout their careers running the football, so it's hard to stand back there and say they're going to throw it and not go with it. They both have that added dimension of toughness, being able to run with the football, and also the great arm.
14-7. That's our score here at halftime. Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. The Cowboys have the edge right now. We'll be back with the second half and more scores in just a moment.
Oh, no! My blind date's early.
Whew. You sure didn't spend any time getting dressed.
Linda, tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Maybe he'd look better in Hager's slacks. Or Hager's sport coat and slacks. He could even afford a Hager vested suit. And that's a look I can't afford to pass up.
Oh,
Hi.
Susan?
Close enough.
For me?
Hager, because looking good makes you feel good.
Ready or not, here I come.
Ever need to rent a car fast?
Nobody does it better. Hertz leads the others by far. Nobody does it faster for you. Hertz, the superstar.
Nobody has more of what it takes to get you into a new LTD or other fine car faster.
Hertz, the superstar.
That's my team, the New Orleans Saints. And I'm Bobby Scott. You probably know that New Orleans is famous for Mardi Gras and jazz. But maybe you've forgotten that it was the setting for one of the greatest American plays ever written. It's still here, The Streetcar Named Desire, that gave the name to Tennessee Williams' play. One of the characters in his play was a woman who was abused terribly and had nowhere to go. Today in New Orleans, she would. People here saw a problem. Women battered and abused. So they went to the YWCA and the United Way. Now there's a model program that gives counsel and shelter to women who really need help. I'm not proud that we need this program here, but the fact is it's needed almost everywhere. I am proud that New Orleans and our United Way did something about it. The United Way works here, and it works in your town too. Thanks to you, it works for all of us, the United Way.
The preceding announcement was brought to you as a public service by the National Football League. With Roman Gabriel, Frank Lieber back at Texas Stadium. The rains have stopped. We had a bit of a mist in the first half, and that was about it. But it did rain this morning, and the rain was not in the forecast, so they did not cover the field overnight. So we thought it'd be a lot more slippery than it actually has been here in the first half.
I know the teams have been able to keep their footing pretty well. Frank, we figured that before the game started, that might be something that would work in one team or the other's favor, but at this point, it doesn't look like the field's playing a part at all.
Well, the Saints are back, and so are the Cowboys. There's Archie Manning loosening up prior to getting the second half underway. Dallas coming back in the field. And again, without Robert Newhouse. And, you know, Newhouse has been kind of an unsung hero type of guy here in Dallas most of the season. But in the last couple of weeks, he's got more publicity, I'm sure, than he has in his career because of the great job, the great year he's had. And again, if they have to go without Newhouse for any period of time, I would think that's going to hurt Dallas tremendously because they are not that deep at the running back position. They are in some other areas where they could stand an injury a lot better shape than they are at running back.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Frank. And Newhouse is having such a fine season. You know, too, the Saints came in here with their #1 center, has a cast on his hand. John Hill is playing with a fractured finger. He's been in it the whole first half. I was surprised that he could do that.
How about maybe he'd go to snapping left-handed? That'd be a little tough, though, wouldn't it?
You know, maybe he has. Maybe he has.
We just haven't noticed or something. It'd be pretty tough with a cast on your finger to try to snap with that hand.
I would think so, and it's a credit that he's able to stay in there and snap the ball to Manning.
I know they've got some type of protective device built over that thing that'll give him a little freedom of movement, but that's still a problem. But we haven't had really any problems in the exchanges between Hill and between Archie Manning. Only problem the Saints have had, those 2 turnovers. And the Cowboys quickly converted both into touchdowns and lead it 14-7. We'll also keep you closely abreast of that St. Louis-Washington game. Cardinals were ahead in the first half 24-0, but at last report the Redskins have narrowed it to 24-17, and that was still in the 3rd period of play. Steve Mickemeyer about to kick off as the Cowboys at the alternate option here in the second half. Butch Johnson is one of the deep men. There's Butch. And the other is Alois Blackwell, number 24, rookie running back out of the University of Houston. Here's the advance in the boot, line drive kick coming down to Johnson's side, and he will let it go out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
This is going to be a big series of downs for the Saints defense. They have to shut Dallas down. They can't allow Dallas to score.
Let's take a look at some of the other scores. These will be updates around the league now. At Giants Stadium, New York still leading Philadelphia 17-6. In the big game, as far as we're concerned, Cardinals 24, Redskins 17, but still keep in mind they're only in the 3rd period, and obviously there has been a momentum shift in that ball game. Buffalo and Tampa Bay, Bucks at home, and despite the fact that Doug Williams, their quarterback, is out of action, they don't seem to be having too much problem. They got a great defense down there, Tampa.
They sure do.
New England and the Jets. I tell you, Jets doing all right.
They are. They're doing it without Todd.
Todd was supposed to come back today, but I don't know if he's playing in that ball game. Here we go again. Mickemeyer this time from the 30. Good boot. Butch Johnson at the 10-yard line. Straight up the middle. 15-20. 25-30. 35-40. Johnson almost to midfield. Now at midfield to the 50, to the 45, and out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Make it the 36-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. Don Schwartz finally made the stop.
The key to this run back is the timing between Johnson and his wedge. The wedge opens up a hole, and the acceleration that Johnson has hitting that hole. Watch him get rid of the kicker here. That's why the kickers don't make tackles.
It was Schwartz, number 48, who finally caught him with an assist from Larry Hardy. But the Cowboys have a first down as the official spotted at the Saints' 37-yard line. And as they say, that ain't bad field position. Drew Pearson in motion. Roger Staubach feeds it to Dorsett. Over the right side, Tony jets to the 30-yard line. Let's bring you some other scores throughout the NFL. 13-7, San Diego over Minnesota. That might surprise a few people because they're in Minnesota.
That's a shocker.
People in your part of the country not used to that cold weather.
No.
Atlanta over Chicago. Falcons are after their 6th straight. The Bears are trying to stop an 8-game losing streak. And Atlanta leads it in the second period. Cleveland over Baltimore in the second period, 14-10. Our score: Cowboys 14, Saints 7. Second down, 4 for the Cowboys at the 31-yard line of the Saints. Tony Dorsett breaks through the initial wave and takes it down to the 26-yard line and will be very close for a first down. And wrapping up the rest of the scores, as we said, Cleveland leading Baltimore 14-10. That's a second quarter score. And Seattle 10-0 over Kansas City, also in the second period. First down for the Cowboys at the 26-yard line of the New Orleans Saints early in the third period. Drew Pearson wide to the left side. Tony Hill is split off to the right. Big hole for Laidlaw, and he powers through to the 15-yard line, and that should be good for another Dallas first down. Scott Laidlaw patiently waiting his opportunity, and he's getting it today with the injury to Newhouse.
There's the play on the replay, Frank. Actually, Dallas caught New Orleans in a reading defense, had both tackles off the ball. As a result, they come up the middle with a lot of power.
Cowboys 1st and 10 as Tommy Myers made the stop. Ball is now at the 16-yard line. Cardinals 27, Redskins 17. Still in the third period, so the Cardinals add a field goal to their lead. Staubach handing to Dorsett. Dorsett caught at the line of scrimmage. Flag is thrown.
Must have some holding. They sure are going to Dorsett quite a bit since Newhouse left the game.
He's going to get all the work he can handle, I'm sure. 13 carries for Tony Dorsett for 55 yards. And they'll bring this one back.
He keeps getting the ball like he is now. He's due to break one.
That's the thing with Dorsett. You never know. Any play.
And if you give the ball to him that many times,
number 81,
somewhere along the line, he's going to get big.
First down.
Tony Hill accused of holding. That brings it back to the 26. It'll be 1st and 20. You remember last year with the Eagles, right? Dorsett with 200-some yards. He broke one for 84.
I don't remember that.
You were on that team. Admit it.
All right, I was there. I was watching the cheerleader.
1st and 20 for the Cowboys at the 26 of the Saints. Staubach hands to Dorsett. Dorsett again caught at the line of scrimmage. Saints playing pretty tough defense. Jerland Moore, number 74.
Not a bad call. A little roll draw, faking the ball to Laidlaw. Dorsett trying to work his way up the middle. But the Saints defense is there. There's Jerland Moore, 74, stopping the hole.
Pickup of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down, 18. Dorsett comes out of the ball game now and is replaced by Preston Pearson in the passing situation. 2nd and 18. Dallas at the Saints 24-yard line. Cowboys leading 14-7. Hill to the right side. Drew Pearson to the left. Roger back to throw it. Protection is good. Gets it away. Dupree for a touchdown. Billy Joe Dupree hauls in yet another touchdown pass. As we said, he's having his best year ever.
Play was well covered. Ball was just thrown so well. Staubach getting set up here. Dupree the primary all the way. Brown just doesn't turn on the ball. Well thrown football.
That is 8 touchdown passes for Billy Joe Dupree in this 1978 season. Staubach leads the league in touchdown passes. That makes an even 20 for Roger Staubach. And the Cowboys have moved out to a 20-7 lead here at the start of the third period. Septien with the extra point try. It's good. So Dallas takes advantage of the long kickoff return by Butch Johnson and another short drive by the Cowboys, and they put 7 more points on the board.
Dad, when are we going to get to Grandma's?
Dad, are we gonna get to Grandma's?
Darn, I forgot to put in Prestone. Take out the O, put in the 2, put in the Prestone, Prestone 2.
Protect against freeze-ups and corrosion. Take out old, weak antifreeze and put in America's most trusted antifreeze, Prestone 2.
Take out the O, put in the 2, put in the Prestone, Prestone 2.
And when you flush your cooling system, use Prestone Super Flush.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special.
Burn the trout yet?
No, but we're ready.
Okay, you guys, knock it off. I don't believe it. And a little something to go with it. Lowenbrow. Lowenbrow. And you guys don't deserve it, but my trout does.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well,
Frank, we apologize. The beer's terrific.
Thanksgiving Day at 3 p.m. on CBS Sports. See Jack Party's Washington Redskins knock heads with Tom Landry's Dallas Cowboys. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
Kicking off for the Cowboys. Wes Chandler at the goal line for the Saints, out to the 50, 20, and up to the 28-yard line.
Well, I like the way he brings the ball out of there, too. He doesn't fool around. He just sees an opening and goes for it.
Aaron Kyle making the stop for Dallas. Well, I imagine Mr. Manning's going to have his problems now, because you know the Cowboys going to come after him.
I think so. This is going to be a tough series of downs for the Saints.
35 yards on that Cowboy scoring drive, so Dallas has had to go only 39, 33, and 35 yards on their 3 scoring drives. 2 turnovers and a long kickoff return. Here's Manning coming out of the chute, and Childs drops the football. Archie threw it behind him, but I'd say it was catchable.
I think he should have had the football. That's one of the few times that we've seen Childs covered by one man.
He was well open.
Here's Manning. I think he's looking for Childs all the way. Looked like a little holding there on 75. The ball was catchable, very catchable.
11 minutes, 36 seconds left to play in the third period. Dallas leading 21-7. Ike Harris wide to the left side. Tinker Owens is split to the right. On 2nd and 10, the blitz is on. He gets it away. We get a flag down behind the line as Galbraith makes the reception, and Charlie Waters wraps him up after a gain of about a yard. Cowboys had Henderson coming again. I think Archie's going to have to look for his number.
I think so.
Option apparently lies with the Cowboys here. Manning is now 14 out of 21 for 135. He's been intercepted once.
That might have been Harvey Martin causing that interception.
See if we can detect holding here. Yeah, I'd say he had it with both hands.
Offense, number 64, holding, 2nd down.
Dave Laffery, who now owns more of Jethro Pugh's jersey than Jethro does.
Well, if you can't dance with them, force them to dance with you.
2nd and 20 as the ball is moved back to the 19-yard line.
Would not want to be in this predicament.
And you have been.
Especially against Dallas.
Archie Manning trying to run out of trouble. Completes the pass to Tinker Owens at the 40-yard line, and Owens is up to the 43. And that's a first down, and give Manning a whole lot of credit for wriggling out of trouble. Ball is spotted at the 44-yard line. As we mentioned a moment ago, the Cardinals did tack on a field goal, and that game is now the 4th period at RFK Stadium. Cardinals by 10 over the Redskins. A Cowboy victory, a Redskin loss, and we've got a tie in the NFC East with the Cowboys and Redskins doing battle right here at Texas Stadium on Thursday. 1st and 10 from the 43. Galbraith trying to get outside, and he's got company. It was Too Tall Jones who latched onto him and wouldn't let go. He made it to the 47 for a pickup of 4. Be 2nd down 6.
Good call that time by Archie. Dallas looking for the pass, knowing that the Saints are behind. We're in their pass rush look that time, and the Saints came with a run.
Archie trying to regroup the Saints, who are down by 2 touchdowns now. Dallas being very opportunistic for perhaps the first time this season. That's the type of football that you play to get into Super Bowls. Every time the opposition makes a mistake, you snap it up and you get some points out of it. And that's what Dallas has done. 2nd and 6. Saints at their 47. Archie, quick throw out to Tinker Owens. Former Oklahoma All-American reaches the 50 and drives forward into Dallas territory to the 48, maybe the 47-yard line. Going to be close for a first down. Benny Barnes made the stop.
New Orleans starting to come over to Owens' side now. The secondary for Dallas been doubling on Childs and Harris. Come back and force them to cover Owens, and then they don't know what you're going to do.
Third down, looks like less than a yard for the first down. Saints have won 5 on the year. They've lost 6, and 2 of those 5 wins have been against division-leading teams. They beat the Vikings in the season opener and beat the Rams a month ago. See what they do on this third down conversion. Galbraith and Muncie have gone all the way at the running backs. Galbraith.
Oh, no, holding.
That lunge may have gotten it, but the penalty may have canceled it. Well, let's see. You saw the flag as Galbraith moved it to the 46-yard line, which would have been enough for the first down. But the Saints, their own worst enemies again, are going to be guilty of the penalty.
They're moving the ball pretty well, but this is going to hurt.
Harvey Martin that time on the stop for the Cowboys. Ten-yard walk-off for holding. Fred Silva, the referee, will tell you who's guilty.
Offense, number 87, holding.
Larry Hardy, who is the extra tight end that they brought in. Let's see if we can pick it up, Gabe.
Here it is, coming around the left side. There's a mess in there.
Looks like 87 was down there tackling somebody at the bottom of the heap.
Oh, yeah, his arm right there.
Right there.
Boy, that's a picky call, though. That's a picky call.
Third down. Saints now need 11 for the first down. They're at their 43-yard line. Cowboys doing a lot of changing up, and it looks like Manning may be changing. Here's a blitz.
Safety blitz.
Ike Harris at the 45, and Harris gets to midfield before he's dragged out of bounds.
Good call by Manning, but not enough.
Not enough for the first down. They needed to reach the Dallas 47. They're going to be about 3 yards short. Think he read the blitz and changed up?
Yeah, both backs moved up to pick up. All he did here was on the blitz, Harris took 2 steps back, almost got away. One more step.
Archie is now 17 out of 24. That's still not a bad afternoon throwing the football. Blanchard in to do the punting. Cowboys with 10 men up front. Let's see if they come or peel back. They're starting to peel back for the return. Another line drive kick. Butch Johnson at the 20, 25. Up to the 30-yard line. Blanchard's not been getting the height on the ball that he is capable of doing. And we got another little altercation. Breaking up here at the 30-yard line, but I think it'll be quickly broken up. Timeout, and we'll be back in just a moment.
I'd like to show you how science helped create a new Mercury Marquis standard of driving comfort for '79. The most scientifically engineered Marquis in history and most beautiful. Computer-assisted design makes Marquis more spacious. No car in its class has higher ratings for room or trunk space. A new steering ratio makes Marquis more responsive. Even Marquis' ride has been re-engineered. Corners flatter, takes dips and bumps with greater stability. Test Marquis' new standard of driving comfort yourself.
If you've ever wondered how something so big got off the ground, part of the answer is light, strong aluminum. Aluminum's high strength and light weight made modern aviation possible. Aluminum is important to most forms of transportation because taking the weight off planes and trucks, and now cars, saves fuel. Aluminum in transportation can be an energy saver today.
We can't wait for tomorrow. Alcoa can't wait.
We have a dead ball foul, number 86, unsportsmanlike conduct, throwing the ball in the opponent's face. First and 25.
Unsportsmanlike conduct foul on Butch Johnson of the Cowboys. Cost Dallas 15 yards. He threw the ball into one of the Saints players after he was tackled. So the Cowboys are now back in their 15, and Dorsett tries to get him out of there and does so to the 18-yard line for a pickup of 3. We thought for a moment Johnson may have been ejected, but apparently that was not the case.
Well, we might see Dallas now just sit on the football for a while because New Orleans hasn't been able to do anything with it. Stall back to Dorsett at this point.
So the officials mark it at the 19-yard line. 8 minutes, 20 seconds left to play in the third period as Tom Landry looks on. Second down. Cowboys need 21 for the first down. Here's Staubach. Well, the protection was good for a moment, and then it caved in on him, and so did the Saints defensive line. Joe Campbell, number 73, got there first.
Trying to go deep to Drew Pearson over here on the right side. Staubach sets up a little pump fake. Pearson's not there. And he's taken down relatively hard.
So the Saints will now go to their form of a prevent defense with third down and 27, staring the Cowboys in the face. Hey, we got a long way to go. We're still in the third period with 7 minutes and 55 seconds.
Well, let's see if Staubach goes to the screen pass. Got a long way to go. He might just put the ball up, try to protect it, go to a little screen.
Roger Staubach from the spread formation, little shovel pass to Preston Pearson at 15, 20, 25, 30, 34-yard line. Still not enough for the first down, but I guarantee you that was worth the price of admission.
That sure was. Yep. I tell you, this Pearson is worth everything that they gave up to get him, and they didn't give up anything. He came in on his own. He does a heck of a lot on this play. But they have 25 yards to go for first down. He almost makes it on his own. Little shovel pass to Pearson.
Cowboys still about 7 shy of the first down. So Danny White comes in to handle the punting. Nice kick. Chandler fading back to his 15. Benny Barnes trying to get to him. Good coverage by the Cowboys specialty teams, and the Saints will put it in play from their own 16-yard line. Bruce Huther, number 57, finally ran him down, but not before White authored a 50.
Wherever you may roam, you'll find this near your home.
Oh, hi, it's me again, posting and pasting more posters. This time it's for the first annual Delco battery sale. AC Delco is making it possible for you to buy a Freedom battery at a special sale price.
Thanks, Delco.
Wherever you see this poster, look for it in your neighborhood for a great price on a battery you can trust. Thanks, Delco. Well, you'll be saying thanks, Delco, too.
Such a simple miracle. In every glass of Gallo Premium wine, like Hearty Burgundy, you can see the sun because Gallo cares. In every glass, you can see the good earth because Gallo cares. In every glass, the round and lovely grape because Gallo cares. You can see and taste the care that Ernest and Julio Gallo take. Go with the good wine. Go with Gallo Hearty Burgundy.
Next Saturday on the CBS Sports Spectacular, see highlights of the LA Times 500, plus the world's strongest men competition. You'll say, you saw it on CBS Sports.
6 minutes, 39 seconds left to play in the third period here at Texas Stadium. Saints trying to get back into this football game, trailing by a score of 21-7. It was 14-7 at halftime. Cowboys came out with an excellent kickoff return from Butch Johnson, which put them in shape to drive 39 yards for a touchdown. Archie Manning fakes the inside handoff, goes upstairs, sideline throw to Ike Harris, and Benny Barnes bumps him out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Fine call that time. A little play action. First time the Saints have thrown the ball out of that slot. Harris in the slot just runs a little 8-yard down and out pattern. Manning right on the money.
Pickup of 9 on the play. It'll be second down 1 for the Saints, and don't count New Orleans out because they've got that high-powered offense. And Manning, of course, has been hot this year.
Well, let's see if Manning with second and short goes with a little play action or whether he goes conservative and hands it off to Gobble.
Harris wide to the right side. Tinker Owens is flanked to the left. Muncie and Galbraith set behind Manning. That's Galbraith. Caught at the line of scrimmage, drives forward. It will be close for the first down at the 26-yard line as Randy White made the stop. Well, we'll get the word now that Butch Johnson has been ejected from the ball game following his personal foul on the last Cowboy punt return. Saints did pick up the first. You ever get kicked out of a game?
No, but I've gotten close to it at times. You bickered those referees enough, and they'll do something to you that you don't like.
Quick count play. This time, Manning just floats it out there, intended for Ike Harris, and it's intercepted. Benny Barnes, number 31, picks it off as Manning tried to drop it out there and let Harris run underneath the ball.
I think it looks as though Manning has time to release. He does. He just doesn't put the ball out there close enough to the sideline. When that man's covered that well, you got to get the ball more towards the sideline, so at least it's not going to be picked off.
So the third turnover picked up by the Cowboys this afternoon. They turned the other two into touchdowns. And Dallas has a first down at the 33-yard line. That's now a final score. Patriots just nipping the Jets 19-17. So they remain tied for first place in their division with the Dolphins. Or actually, they move a half game ahead. Dolphins don't play till tomorrow. Dorsett to the 35-yard line. Tony says he likes to carry the ball at least 20 times a game, so he's going to get his wish today.
He is. He's probably going to end up with about 35 carries the way they're going. Derlin Moore made a fine play there, stopping Dorsett.
Today's attendance, 57,920. They sold out the stadium, which is 65,000. So we've got quite a few no-shows who obviously heard that Roman was going to do the telecast and wanted to stay home and listen to you.
Oh, I think that had something to do with the rain. If they'd have known Clint Eastwood was here, though, they would have came.
That's right. But they remember you here in Dallas, Gabe.
Yeah.
Not too fondly, but
right.
That's Laidlaw taking the handoff from Staubach. Another yard or so, punched out to the 36.
We always had some verbal abuse going on when we came here to play.
San Diego, final score. That has to be an upset, doesn't it?
I would say, yeah, I think so. Isn't that 4 in a row for the Chargers?
I think so. And that hurts the Vikings and helps, of course, the Packers.
The Packers are in Denver, I
and
believe.
They need help. I would say the way they played last week against the Cowboys.
Well, let's see if Staubach's going to loosen up his arm here and perhaps throw one out here to Pearson.
You've been doing pretty good so far. Let's see.
You notice I said Pearson because both Pearsons are in the game.
That covers you twice, doesn't it? Third down 7. Cowboys from the shotgun. Now Staubach's going to run it, trying to pick up the first himself, but he's going to be short of the mark as he is tackled at the 40-yard line. They needed to reach the 43, so it'll be 4th and 3.
And that's great to have an old quarterback still running that football and not looking for somewhere to lay down. He's going for that first down. Watch him here.
Now, here's your man.
All right. I think he was going to Pearson to begin with, but he's covered fairly well there by Spencer. But at the end there, he might have been open.
Of course, by that time, Staubach was beyond the line of scrimmage, I'm sure. More hard feelings. Joe Campbell, number 73 of the Saints, with a slight altercation on the field. I don't know. They toss him out, too. Of course, it's 4th down, so the defensive unit would be off the field anyway. Danny White has averaged 48.3 per punt. He's been putting them in orbit. Chandler again deep. You can see that's well above his season average. Big rush. And again, he hangs it high. Chandler going to watch this one bounce, takes a cowboy hop inside the 20, will roll inside the 15, and rolls dead at the 13-yard line. Another fine kick by Danny White, Cowboys backup quarterback, and as fine a punter this year as there is in the National Football League.
Nobody decides to be a drummer.
Ralph, please.
You just find yourself drumming.
Ralph, please.
It doesn't make you instantly popular.
Ralph, please.
And no one asks you to play their favorite tunes.
Ralph, please.
But with endless practice
Ralph, please.
and fanatical persistence,
Ralph, please.
you get there. Your drumming isn't just noise anymore. And you're not the only one who thinks so. When a lifetime of work has gone into playing a piece of music, Pioneer thinks you should hear all of it. So we design our high-fidelity components not to add anything or take anything away. That's why we become #1 today with people who care about music. Pioneer, we bring it back alive.
Frank Lieber along with Roman Gabriel. Everything you wanted to know in about 10 seconds. Our score, Cowboys 21, the Saints 7. Redskins and the Cardinals now in the fourth period. St. Louis with a 10-point lead. And that will set up the big Turkey Day clash on CBS right here at Texas Stadium. Redskins and the Cowboys go at it again. Muncy taking the handoff. Big hole there for a moment. And then suddenly up popped Thomas Henderson and Charlie Waters to make the stop. You get the feeling, though, that Dallas is kind of controlling things right now.
I do. It's ever since the second half kickoff when they ran that back. They regained the momentum very quickly, and since that time, it's been all Dallas.
Pickup of 7 for Muncy at his second down 3 for the Saints at their 20-yard line. We've got 3 minutes left to play in the third period. Things can happen in a hurry in this game of pro football. Nice fake by Manning. Archie's in trouble. Harvey Martin's after him. Muncy, the intended receiver. I'd have been Muncy that time. I think I'd have told Archie just to keep it.
I'll let it go. Here we go. A little play action to the tailback Muncy, and Muncy comes back underneath as a secondary receiver here. I would have just fallen down when I got hit there the first time, I think, Frank. That way I don't have to worry about running out there and having Martin chase me.
So it goes as an incompleted forward pass. It'll now be third down and 3 for the Saints at the 20-yard line. Now they got to be concerned with picking up that first. Jethro Pugh comes out. And Larry Cole, I believe, is back in the lineup. They keep announcing that Redskin Cardinal score we gave you a moment ago, and that's the reason you hear the sporadic applause when nothing seems to be happening on the field. Fans are watching the score of that game as much as they are the one of this one.
Let's take a look here at Galbraith with the 3rd and 4 situation. Manning might want to go to him.
Good protection for Manning. Passes tipped and incomplete. He was going for Galbraith.
Dallas had it played well, though. Cliff Harris reading Manning very well. Came up to make the play.
So nice hand for the Cowboy defense. Kickoff time of the Cowboy Redskin game. That's 2:30 Central Time. 2:30. Tony Hill now has replaced Butch Johnson as the safety for the Cowboys, who line up 10 men.
He's no slouch either, is he?
No, sir. It's not a bad second-string punt returner. Blanchard gets it away in good order again. Whoa. Cowboys playing return all the way. Beautiful kick. Really hung up there. Hill at the 35. He'll dance around a while. And we got flags thrown all over the place as he is pinned by Mark Messerol.
Mark Messerol.
That's an interesting story. I don't know if you got time to tell that thing about how Messerol wound up with the Saints as they talk about the penalty here. You were on your big bicycle ride down to Florida when you ran into him. He's another ex-bartender.
That's right. He was a bartender and wanted to. He was a bartender and he wanted to try out, so I told him write some teams, and if he got a chance to work as hard as he could. And I come in here today to talk to some of the Saints, and there he is. He's on the ball club.
You just happened to stop at his place of employment?
Clipping number 46 on the run back. First down.
There's a very obvious clip there on the part of Mark Washington of the Cowboys.
I just happened to be a little thirsty when I was down his way.
How do I get to be a big timer like you, Gabe, is what he said, right?
Almost. He almost said that.
Pitch to Dorsett. Guy will scare you to death even when he picks up 2 yards.
Well, I wouldn't want to have his body the next day on Monday after a game like this. Many times he's going to tote that football.
Obviously, he's got to be in excellent shape. Tampa Bay beating Buffalo in Tampa, 31-10, the final score. The expansion teams this year, Seattle and Tampa Bay, doing right well for themselves.
They've added a little offense to their defenses.
We have no report on how much time is left in that Redskin Cardinal game. We'll try to find that out for you. But it is in the last period. Cowboys still working on running the clock down. We're down to 1:45 left to play in the third period. Scott Laidlaw has filled in for Robert Newhouse since Newhouse was injured early in the game. Suffered a slight fracture of a small bone in his right leg. And right now, we just don't know how long he will be out of action. That could be a big blow for the Cowboys the rest of the way. Tom Myers making the stop.
You know, they might just give this ball to Dorsett in this third short yardage situation. He might break it.
There's the time remaining in that Cardinal-Redskin game. 1 minute, 59 seconds. Of course, the Saints found up you can make up more than 10 points in less than a minute last week. You never know. Dorsett getting the call, breaks into the clear, and picks up the first down at the 37-yard line.
Left guard for Dallas pulling around to the right side, opening up that hole for Dorsett. Almost goal line, and Taylor. Here it is, Dorsett following Scott, 68. Fine blocking there, and also Jackie Smith, 81.
Clock ticking away. The final 40 seconds of the third period here at Texas Stadium. 1st and 10. Cowboys have the football at their 38-yard line. They lead by a score of 21-7 after trailing at the end of the first period, 7-0. Again, Laidlaw to the 40-yard line. Derlin Moore, number 74, the ex-OU star, making the tackle. Be second down 8. That probably will be the last play of the third period. Saints defense checking the sidelines. Joe Fetterspiel is the anchor of that defense. Fine middle linebacker. Plays the flex very well, according to the lesson authority, the head coach Tom Landry. He's been watching him on film all week. There's the gun. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Cowboys 21, the Saints 7. We now pause for a word from your local station.